everybody. It's me, Chevy the Superstar.
And I'm Toya.
And this is Two Snaps in a Circle, where we give you movie news that you can use.
And movie reviews you can't refuse.
Why did I
Join
say,
us.
hey,
Join us
it's
this
me?
beautiful, yes, this
Like
beautiful
I'm
Black
Mario.
History Month. Whoop whoop, yeah, you goddamn right, whoop whoop. It is Black History Month, y'all, and we, being the melanated folk we are, we gonna keep it black as always. Always room for everybody black, period. And we're doing Black directors. So, we started off with a little waiting to exhale because I was really disappointed that we didn't get to do it in January.
And
So I'm
now I'm really disappointed that we didn't get to do it because it really was a perfect New Year's Eve
it was
movie.
perfect. I think that we should start it off like a trend. I think that we should, no matter what, we should do Waiting to Exhale at the top of the year.
I mean, like that was perfect. We were really on to something.
You're not lying at all. When I watched it, I was like, oh, what up, Aaron? I was like, why didn't we do this? I mean, we know why we didn't do it, but life hits you sometimes. But we got to make sure we good next year because we have to, even though we're here doing it right now, which I'm slowly finding out that people don't recognize January anymore as a real beginning of the year. Everybody looks at February kind of the start of the year.
I heard March.
That's interesting. I had never really took that into consideration or noticed that, but yeah, January is low key December part 2. Mm-hmm. It is December part 2, and then February is like January or the beginning of the year. I think it's when it finally hits people like, oh, it is 2022 or it is that new year. And so Stacy said it's March for me. Yeah, I have to admit too, I think in the past, if I like with a little hindsight, March always kind of felt like okay, now I finally realized that we are in a new year. Took you 3 months to get there. Like, oh, okay, cool. That's what we doing.
I think it's a lot of pressure to try to turn into the best version of yourself in January, and a lot of people just don't live up to that pressure because it's like a societal pressure, and then it's like mental pressure, and then it's just like pressure to try to go to the gym and do all these things, and depending on where you live, what if it's snowing, and then it's COVID, and then it's like I gotta start over. Give me another month to like be terrible, and then I'll try to be better. Like
yeah, January gets a bad rap.
Hey cuz, how you doing? So yeah, here we are reviewing our New Year's Eve movie.
Period.
On February Eve,
the 3rd.
Not Eve. Sorry.
Right,
I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, what would it be labeled? That would be funny.
Well, it's still a Black movie with Black people, with a lot of Black people actually.
A lot of Black all stars. I'm talking about you can almost going through this movie. I want to refer to everyone as someone else that they have been an amazing star. Like the history of their acting career is just like Wesley Snipes is going to be Blade. Like you're just, like I'm talking about everybody. Like Leon is David Ruffin. Like not Leon. Well, Leon is Russell, but he is David Ruffin. It's just. Oh my God. Dennis Haysbert, Kenneth, he is freaking the Allstate guy. Like, come on now. You're in good hands. So I'm excited to review tonight's movie.
Hey Zombie, how you doing?
What up, Zombie?
Yes, I am too.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, so now it's my turn. Okay, I forgot.
Yeah. I was like, let me stop. Like, I feel like we about to get right into the review, but we got movie. No, I've been checking the stories, the trailers. Damn, and we missed a week too.
Oh yeah, well I actually streamed last Thursday.
Oh,
I just
did
played
you?
games. I played games. I started playing Detroit Being
Sweet.
Human, and I actually gave movie news as well
I
last week.
love that. Give movie news no matter what. I love that. That's great. That's
Yes, I
great.
was like, I wanted to stream, and I was like, I should play a new game, and then I played Detroit versus.
Look at that.
Why do I keep saying Detroit versus Being Human? It's
I don't
Detroit
know. It is
being
because you're
human.
trained. You're trained. You're trained for Detroit versus because it's Detroit versus everybody. You're trained.
But how you
It's
gonna be Detroit versus Being
I
human?
don't know, but I think that if it was possible, Detroit would do it. If it was because
Ooh.
we Detroit, we ain't human.
We versus everything. Oh yeah, this is the answer. This is the answer. Because
Thank
Detroiters built
we
different.
know different is something about us. We just
That remind me of that commercial. Detroit tough. Detroit strong. What is that? That's a Ford commercial,
I
ain't
think it
it?
was a Ford commercial.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
man.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Movie news. If you are a subscriber, drop the movie news emote in the chat, please. If you're
Yes.
not a subscriber, you can subscribe for free if you have an Amazon Prime account. And if you really love me, you would just pay for it. Think about it. All right. So here we go. The first trailer for the Halo series dropped during the AFC and NFC finals on Sunday, and it's streaming on Paramount Plus on March 24th. And someone actually sent me the trailer, and I watched it, and I sent them a text back and said, "Wow, I just realized I don't know anything about Halo except for multiplayer mode when you shooting other people. I have
Period.
never seen anyone play story mode, and I don't know what the hell that game is
No,
about."
for real. I grew up around a bunch of boys and I probably wasn't watching play video games around Halo time, but yeah, that story mode, I never knew. I never knew.
Me either.
Never knew it was a story mode.
Yes, it is. I knew it was one. I just never, I never seen it before.
Yeah, like in action.
It looks
Mm-mm-mm.
great, but I don't know. It's going to be a learning curve for me.
Yeah, just a
Uh,
little bit. Just a little bit.
Jason Momoa is in talks to play the villain in the next Fast and the Furious film.
He said, "Let me put this negative energy into something good."
Well, some of everybody done been in Fast and Furious. It's, I
This
think
is true.
when you get Helen Mirren to be in Fast and the Furious, it's just like, okay,
Yeah. Come
all
on.
right.
Yeah.
Charlize Theron,
Come on now.
Charlize Theron,
The Theron.
Idris the Elbas.
I mean, everybody done been in that, on that damn series, Lord. But they going on 10, so
Yeah. Let's see. The first trailer for the Netflix series, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, came out this week, and it premieres on Netflix on February 18th. I feel like I had saw a trailer, but I guess that wasn't a trailer.
I guess so.
I guess it was something else. Oh, thanks for the bits, guys. Whoa,
Well,
what
thanks
is
for the bits,
happening
y'all.
right
Okay, part of
now?
100, part of 100. Oh,
Oh, thanks for subscribing. Oh, wow,
look at
guys. Thank
this.
you. Um, the Percy Jackson series, book series,
Yep.
book series, Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I still fucked it up. Will officially become a Disney Plus series.
Cheers to them.
After Yang, the official trailer for the sci-fi film dropped this week, and it arrives in theaters, I believe, on March 4th. Teaser trailer for The Offer, which I thought it was going to be an actual like documentary where people was like, yeah, so we was about to make The Godfather, and we was like, yeah, we took the script to the studio, and they was like, cool, but you need to change something. But no, it's actually a show with actors about the making of The Godfather called The
Oh,
Offer, and it premieres, I don't have a date, on Paramount Plus.
oh, wow. That
Yes.
is interesting.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, guys. Thank you so much.
All
Thank you
right,
so
y'all
much for the
coming
cheers
through.
and the bits and the
Look at them.
things.
Look at us.
Let's see. Now, this was alarming to me. This I thought I had seen. I was playing Grand Theft Auto with Stacy last night, and we had a little moment of delirium because it was a very confusing experience.
All right.
And I stepped away to watch this trailer that I thought I saw. You know what the trailer is for?
No.
Killing Eve. How did I miss this? I was 2 days late. What has happened? NFTs have taken over my life, and now I don't even have time for movie news.
What the entire F? Yeah,
So the trailer
what is
premiered
going on?
2 days ago. I watched it last night. It is amazing.
Is
Uh,
it
yes,
season 3?
season 4,
4. Okay. Woo!
final season.
Shit.
Uh,
Let's get
premieres
on there.
on BBC America on the 27th of February, and I will be binging that show for the 7th time to prepare myself.
Mm. Mm. Y'all
Yes.
really coming through. Now, dudes just subscribed for 2 months in a row. Let's
Hey,
go.
Nadus, thank you
Right.
so much.
Come through.
Craig Robinson stars in the new comedy Killing It, coming to Peacock TV
Good for him.
in April.
Him and his little fro. Good for him.
Yes, him and that damn fro.
He's dedicated.
Dakota Johnson is in talks to star in Spider-Man spinoff movie Madam Web. Dakota Johnson from the 50 Shades of Sex, 50
Yeah.
Shades of
Yeah, that woman.
whatever it's called, 50
Yeah.
the Shades, the 50
50 of
Shades.
the Shades.
What is happening right now?
Right.
What is going on? Is it a hype train? Is that happening? Is
Yeah,
that
it's a hype train. That's
oh
what
Lord, I'm about to
it's a
pass
hype
the fuck
train.
out now. Well, get it hype, y'all. This has never happened to me.
It's hype.
Woo!
I'm
Kept D
feeling it.
coming,
We
kept
getting
D
hot.
coming, kept D coming, kept D coming, kept D coming, kept D coming. Beep, bop, bop, boo, yeet, bop, chop, two, G. I don't know the words to the song, but that's what
Ain't
she's
nothing
supposed
but a young
to
you.
in your mouth, girl. You better watch your mouth. I don't know the words. I don't know the words to the song
At
but
all.
yes.
At all.
Woo! Okay.
Got my heart rate up. Got my heart rate all the way up.
Netflix. Oh, Netflix had a trailer of trailers that dropped today.
Yes, they did.
And it was beautiful. It had, clips from all of these movies that I have never heard of. Mm-hmm. And Knives Out 2. Some of every damn thing with some of every damn
thing. Yes.
Just some of everybody and some of everything. Thank you, GFT Radio. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, everyone. Thank y'all.
You are overload.
No, you ain't missed the movie news. We midpoint. We are at the midpoint. Guess what, y'all? I knew it. Me, she, her. I knew it was happening. Scream 6 has been greenlit. They calling it a sequel though, but it's actually a 6th.
Yeah. This
is all my request is to you people who are making this movie. Sydney and Gail is retired. Because if you kill them, it's done. I'm done. I'm through. I'm not. I'm not done. So spoiler alert. But that's it. They are safe. They are here. They are alive. You ain't messing with them. Now you ain't gonna be putting them through all that turmoil you're putting Jamie Lee Curtis through. Not gonna be putting them through all of that. Now they done been through enough.
She don't never know what's going.
Last time she got jab stabbed.
Not jab stab.
She got jab stabbed. Somebody got jab stabbed and Scream too. Now I saw a real jab stab for real in Scream. Masters of the Universe live action film has been picked up by Netflix, and Kyle Allen from the Path, and he was in the last season of American Horror Story on a few episodes, will be cast as He-Man. He's not buff though. Like, he's a pretty skinny guy. So we'll see how that works. Criminal Minds revival is officially in development. Hocus Pocus 2 has wrapped and will be premiering on Disney Plus on Halloween.
Let go.
Let's see what else. Joseph Gordon-Levitt to play cult leader Jim Jones in Jonestown thriller. I don't know, but that's the news. Um, James Dornan from 50 Shades of Sex and many other wonderful films will join Gal Gadot in Netflix thriller Heart of Stone. Ted Lasso breakout, Brett Goldstein, finance Roy Kent has inked the deal, the overall deal. Yeah, that's what I said. With Warner Brothers.
Good for him.
He's so fine.
He is fine. He is.
Oh my
really
gosh, you guys! Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think this is the
for
third
all
level.
the wildness that is happening right now. What happened when you get to level 5?
Right. Shit, how many levels?
Do your computer explode or something? I didn't.
So you're gonna be able to get through movie, we're gonna be able to get through this movie review.
Taraji P. Henson to star as Suge Avery in a new adaptation of The Color Purple.
She has the range for that.
Yes. And Guillermo del Toro's new film, Nightmare Alley, that came out in theaters the same day as Spider-Man, No Way From Home, is now available on HBOmax and Hulu, and I will be adding that to my repertoire of movies that I watch repeatedly because I watched it yesterday, and Cate Blanchett don't.
I'm gonna have to watch too.
Okay, she don't come to play. She don't leave no crumbs. She eating all the food. I don't care if she got a big part or a small part. She is the one in the two. It ain't nothing you can tell me. It ain't nothing you can say. It took me so long to watch the damn movie because I kept rewinding it.
Ooh.
It took me 6 hours to watch that damn movie.
Y'all know she love her some Cate Blanchett. You know she do.
Also, it's a good movie, but moreover, Cate Blanchett. I mean, and also Toni Collette, Romy Mora, Willem Dafoe, that guy from Hellboy, the first one. I don't know his name. He was in Don't Look Up. Bradley D. Cooper, the other guy, and that other guy. It's a lot of guys and gals.
It's a lot of gals and gals.
There's a lot of them.
I'm excited to watch. I'm excited to watch.
It was great. It's really good, but I probably will be watching it again tomorrow. It is good. It's really good. And I was trying to get us to watch it by saying we should watch Guillermo del Toro movies next month.
yeah, you like we go swoop that in, baby. Well, let's make it happen. I'm down.
Yeah,
Ron Perlman.
All right, guys, drop some movie news emotes in the chat because I'm about to be out for movie news. Movie news is over for this week. Movie news. Thank you, guys. Who is Ron Perlman? Oh, I know his name. That's the man. That's Hellboy name.
Oh, that surely is his name.
Yeah, that's his name.
It surely.
All right, guys. So Toya about to drop y'all with some hot facts and information.
You feel me? So as we said, happy Black History Month to all those our melanated folk, POC, and even allying people that have joined us today and they're joining us in the future. And so we thought it would just be so wonderful to just, do a movies that were directed by Black people. And so we have the Spikes, we have the Johns, and we have the Zachary Cunninghams. And the one thing that we were, and of course tonight Forrest Whitaker, one thing we were missing was a woman director, but that's fine though, because we have definitely, we can't always hit every single mark, but I'm telling you, Chevy made a list that was just so hard to like pick from.
I even put Love and Basketball.
You even put Love and Basketball, and it was really hard for me not to just be like, I'm about to make Chevy watch Love and Basketball. I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it's not my birthday no more. So I'm not gonna do it because I was like, all she gonna do is trash it and it's gonna piss me off. Because it makes me so mad when everybody go in on Love and Basketball because I still love it no matter how trash it is. Uh, anyways, we did Waiting to Excel that came out in 1995. Oh my gosh, it's a comedy drama romance type vibe, and it's also based on a novel by Terry McMillan. This film follows four very different African American women and their relationship with men, directed by, as I said before, Forrest Whitaker, written by Terry McMillan and Ronald Bass for the screenplay. And then it stars, oh my God, like Black all stars. You know, everybody in this movie, if not by name, by what they have done in life. Like I said, you know them from something they've done previously. So we got the great late Whitney Houston. We have Angela Bassett. We have Loretta Devine and Leela Rashawn as our four all-star leading women in this film. But of course, Whitney and Angela just managed to just be the one and the two. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of, Angela mostly being the one, but Whitney coming in and just giving us what we need through the soundtrack. Gregory Hines, Dennis Haysbert as Kenneth, as we know, the All-State man.
I agree with Nine Dudes.
Just all of that. Malachi, I don't know how to say it's Malachi T. Williamson, who is also known as Bubble Shrimp. Like, come on now. He plays Troy, just meme worthy scene. Michael Beach, aka everybody's husband who always cheats. He fucked the family. He won't be with a white woman.
He was even a bad guy in the movie we watched last month.
Lord have mercy. Why are we watching?
The Harder They Fall.
Yes, he was a bad, just like right. He was a bad daddy. Just like be better, Michael. Beach.
Them ways was on point though.
But the way
the ways was on point.
He is like the quintessential evil good guy. Like he looks like a good guy, but he's truly evil inside. He doesn't have any great intentions. Wendell Pierce, he played Michael, the heavyset guy. He's done just so many different things. Of course, Leon. I mean, the man goes by Leon. There's only so many people in the world who can just go by their one name. And he also played David Ruffin, his legendary. And then you had young Donald Faison and just Brad Hammond from, I got a lot of people from Soul Food in this movie. Even Kenya Moore was in this movie with her little cameo. She is the one who comes in the beginning when she's dancing with the daddy from Soul Food.
Oh,
yes, but Vanessa Calloway's husband not Vanessa Calloway. I'm thinking about the TV show Soul Food. Vivica Fox's husband in Soul Food. I think in real name Jeffrey or something like that. But anyways, yes, ain't nobody coming here for you, Otis. Yes, like I said, I could talk about just the all-star cast for like 10 minutes if I wanted to, but we only have so much time. I mean, we have as much time as we want, honestly, but to not make this a 3-hour live, let's get into it. Is there anything that you want to say before we like get into this review and we start at the top?
It's not about the review though. I have some channel point redemptions.
Okay.
I'm going to look through these and say that I have been hydrating this whole time because I'm drinking. I'm not hydrating with water, but I am drinking. I will say that I have sang. And I probably will sing more because this is a movie that has a very, very soundtrack so good. I listened to it after I finished watching the movie.
Oh my God. If I had time, I would have, but I think I will. I think I'm going to go add it to my music.
Okay. I will show you guys a toy. Okay. This is a Funko Pop. If you didn't know, it is from the film They Live, which we should watch at some point.
Yes.
I love this movie.
I've seen it. I haven't seen it in years.
It's an old school.
Yeah, I'm about to say I feel like maybe I haven't.
It's an old school. I also have the black and white Chase version. And yes, I really love this Funko Pop. And I'm so glad I finally figured out the name of this movie because I saw it when I was like 8 at my auntie's house, and I knew I saw it, and I always used to ask people about it, and everybody used to look at me like I was crazy. I was like, you know, the movie where he put on the glasses and he could see the aliens and they black and white, and then he take off the glasses and he can't see them no more.
Right.
Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Don't nobody know. I Googled it one time. The movie with the aliens where the man put on the glasses and see the aliens.
Shut up.
Still couldn't find it. Google was like, girl, you broke me.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck.
And finally, come here, Pepper. Come here. It's your turn. You're the star now. Come
right.
here.
Come on, Pep. Your chance to
like,
shine, boo.
Come here.
On.
No, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. There she is. There's your friend that you wanted to. Oh, Lord. Hey, here she is. Here's Pep, girl. This is her.
With her cute
now she licking me. Now she gonna lick the computer.
Mm-hmm.
Now she gonna lick everything. Now, okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, no, I don't have anything to say. We can go now.
Perfect. Awesome. I hope you get all the points for doing that stuff. All right. So, Waiting to Exhale, like we said, came out in a 1995 Black All-Star, just an amazing film. All right. So, so the movie, this is, as I said, 1995. So this is the long title where they tell you everybody to, you know, like at least the 6 people that are co-starring in this film. They show you everybody. They give you beautiful B-roll and landscape, kind of put you in the setting. And we realize that we're in a beautiful desert type of city-state place. And it starts to realize that, oh, we're in like Arizona. We get this sweeping shot of what we know as Whitney Houston. But in this film, she is Savannah driving in and she's narrating and she says something of the, like, you know, Dallas men are weak AF and let's see what AZ got for us type vibe. Then we transition over to Bernadine. She's getting the kids from like ice cream or some shit like that. Look like school's over, but in her narration, in her mind or her thought process is she's running down all the responsibilities of a mother. And then we transition over to a young, vibrant, beautiful young lady, Leela Rashan, who is Robin. And these 3 just like the most random guys you've probably ever seen in your life walking together, turn around and just look her up and down. And she just kind of like, you know, I'm always in her head thought is like, you know, I love niggas, but I'm looking for like a certain nigga, especially one with a big dick. And it's like, oh, like, and then last but not least, we have the beautiful and lovely Loretta Devine playing Gloria, who's just kind of like wishing that her teenage son was hanging out with her. And why, you know, she's coming from the grocery store, cart full of food and groceries, and wondering why her son rather be with his friends and hang out with her, even though he's 17 years old.
Right.
And like he would have more fun with me. And that very moment, we get an idea of it exactly. Each one, like what type of woman each one of these characters are, and boom, we just kind of like put right into it. Like, okay.
Yep. This is why we wanted to watch this movie on New Year's.
This is why we wanted
because, but you know, I was sick. So yes. They are going, everybody's getting ready for their New Year's Eve
plans. New Year's Eve plans, yes.
So Savannah is going on a blind date at a New Year's Eve party. Bernadine Dean is getting ready for a party that she goes to her husband every year. Robin this her first time spending the holiday by herself at home. Yeah. And Gloria is about to go home and cook all this food for who? I don't know. But you know, she gotta cook her collard greens, she gotta cook her black eyed peas. Gotta cook her greens for good luck.
A few hams.
She said a few slices. She said collard greens. A few slices of ham. The few slices of ham take me out every time. The few slices take me
out.
Like
I said collard greens slices. I like fruit slices. Oh, fruit. Few. A couple more than 2, but not more than 5. A few. Through. Sorry.
So we go back to Savannah. She getting ready for the party. She walking the party. She don't nobody in the party. She goes for some odd reason to sit at this table with these people that she didn't know. All women and they dudes. They looking at her. She looking at them.
Couple
then,
goes table.
Right. Then, they changed them because, came in there. Seems like ever since the first day we met, there is no one else I think of on. Then they switched it up. If I can give you a ring.
Oh, yeah. So good.
Everything.
I'm gonna let you know all that. You're so good at it. You're so good at it. Ooh, I mean, I'm sitting up here like I realized today how much I have actually seen this movie.
Me too. Because I couldn't watch it objectively. I quoted every fucking scene.
Yep.
It was just not great to try to be objective. I'm
like, if we figure it out anything, it's gonna be right here on this damn show after we talk. Because when I was watching it, I was watching it like for funsies.
Yes, but I felt so good after I watched it. I like that movie. Is a movie full of nostalgia. It reminds me of my childhood. I feel like that's the first album that I bought that I resonated with. I feel like that's one of the first movies as a child that I resonated with. That was something that I constantly watched with my friends. For me, even more so than What's Love Got to Do with It. It really made me happy after I watched it. It really made me happy. It brought back good vibes. It brought back good memories from my childhood. And it just reminded me of all the funny me and my friends just reciting those lines over and over again, and just
made us crack up.
Because Angela Bassett was pivotal to my childhood. All the movies that I recited as a child, she was in. The American Dream. What's Love Got to Do with It? Wait and Exhale. That's all you need.
I have an infamous thing that I've done. Me, Jarrell, Tessie, Danielle, I think you even heard me. We cracked up about this for years, and I put them all together. Because it sounds like the same. Get your shit.
Go to bed, Joseph. Go to bed. Yeah, it can't all go together.
I don't You just put them all together, and it's perfect. And it just reminds me of when Maya on Girlfriends was giving us Angela Bassett on one episode, and it was just like that is her I don't know what to call it. Her superstar.
No, she's just a good actress. I watched that movie when it was scenes that I remember, but there's not quotables or anything like that. When I watched her, the scene with her and Wesley Snipes, where she was sitting there and she was smoking that cigarette and she was leaned over to the side and she was drinking her drink with her hand, with her pinky up, and she was smoking a cigarette. Even when the police officer came to the house and she was smoking that cigarette and she knocked off the ashes, and her facial, Angela Bassett just has never got her due, man. And I'm thankful that Ryan Murphy gave her a lead role on a television show. So I'm thankful that he gave her a role on American Horror Story so she could be more mainstream, because she has not gotten her due in her career. She is at the top. Watching Boys in the Hood, whatever. She is Kate Blanchett and Angela Bassett is the same goddamn person.
The same damn person, where they whether they're there for 2 minutes, whether they're there through a conversation off screen, they're not they make their presence known, and it is just you just elevated the movie that much, and that's why it's so every time she comes on screen, it's absolutely legendary. Her acting, just like you said, whether it was a quotable or whether it was scenes that I started to appreciate, like that bar scene, way more than I ever have. I think gradually as I've watched this movie, I've loved that scene more and more. But today was or the time I watched it was the moment I realized she's just so good. She's just so damn.
Even when she's I got something I gotta get off my chest. Why you on the phone?
party.
What happened to the music? I thought this was a party. Or she's like, hey, hugs. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God. Even the subtle acting when she's telling Gloria to cut her hair off.
She was like, if you want to cut my hair, I'll take these out the pieces and cut it off myself.
And she said, oh, if you want me to cut it, she said, thank you. Thank you. I was like, bro.
What? You gonna put what? You gonna put me out? You gonna put me out, Joe? What? You gonna put me out? Like girl, like that was an ad-lib, wasn't it? No,
it had to be. She is absolutely amazing.
And we didn't even got to the scene. We didn't skipped and jumped and jumped. Okay, let's get back on track.
Let's get back on track. So Savannah's at this New Year's party thinking like they got us good because the movie is called Waiting to Excel. She meets her blind date. He meets all the requirements of being fine, like cool. You know what I'm saying? Because we was playing phone tag. Like he invited me out. I don't know how am I here, but I'm here. Okay, he fine. He nice. His breath smell good. He can actually dance. He's approaching me like a gentleman. This might be okay. I can just release. You know, she puts the chin on the shoulder and she releases. She exhales. And just this faint of a woman calling her blind date's name steps in. And you're like,
you ain't danced with me all night.
Whoa. So you been here. You ain't just arrived. You been here and you gotta.
But see, I think this is the first time I watched the movie and I really understood what excelling means. It's not like this is the man I'm going to marry. It's just in this moment, I'm going to enjoy this for what it is right now. And if something more happens, then I will allow for that to happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't get it when I was younger.
No,
because I just thought she was stupid. Like, why are you excelling to him? You don't even know him.
Like, I just like, why? What's so special about this guy? You already told us that it's a blind date. Y'all been playing phone tag. He invited you over the voicemail. Like he didn't even get a yes from you. He was kind of like, hey, you should come.
She didn't even know what he looked like.
He didn't even know what he looked like. He just was like, hey, you should come, which is why he double booked her, because he never heard back, which also made me feel like he's not the worst guy in the world for doing that. Yes, he's kind of trash for inviting a woman and then not hearing back yes or no, a definitive answer, and then inviting someone else. He could have at least told them different times. Then you could have kind of how to be a player it,
right. But no, you can't, because it's New Year's Eve. Everybody wants to kiss.
You're right. Everybody wants to kiss. So I'm coming out for my kiss, baby.
Yeah, I'm coming out for my kiss.
Well, so it's dud. It's giving me dud. But it's no bigger dud when we transition over to Bernadine with her beautiful self getting ready.
Whew. Girl, I'll be excited for this scene
I know. I'll be like, and so, she's already playing things in her mind. Like, I am this event we go every year. I'm so over it. You can tell it's a black tie affair, probably something that's tied to work and/or, how rich people are. They just go to these events, $700,000 a plate. Like,
girl.
Just one of those events. Like, why did we dress up tonight? Why did we call car service? Why did we get a babysitter? Why did we do all of this to go mingle with a bunch of people we don't like, to just show up just to say we there? You could tell it's one of those. And he's like, yo, like, how would you feel if, you didn't go tonight? And she was like,
crushed,
very sarcastic. Like, you saying we staying in, baby? Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Well, what I'm trying to say actually is I'm going to the party.
Ooh.
I'm just not going with you. And I don't want her to be alone. Okay. All right. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now you wait a fucking minute. I give you 11 years of my fucking life and you're telling me that you're leaving me for a white woman? Would it be better if she was black? No, it'd be better if you were black. Thank you, Bernadine, for making this easy. But the best fucking part is when he dropped the bomb, the radio was on, and then the radio said, it was a little, we're interrupting this message for emergency broadcast.
Yeah, emergency broadcasting. Oh my God. I don't know if it's the death of a relationship, the death of a read. Like, it's just like, no doubt. No
Thank
doubt.
you.
No doubt.
There will be many more tonight.
There will be many more. So, like, no, for real, like, all you hear is beep, and you realize
and she turned her head and she said, "Now you wait a minute. Give you 11 fucking years of my life and you're telling me you're leaving me for a white woman."
Cause it's like her. You got all of it. You just got all of the audacity to come in here and tell me, like, oh, we're not at the point where we even had it no more.
But she knew who it was, though. She's like, it's the bitch that keeps your books.
It's just he just had all that. He's like, why would we had it? Why would, like, yeah, I'm showing up with her, not you.
Because you want to flaunt your whore in front of all your business partners and friends.
Man.
All right.
So once you can kind of get past that, like, that's kind of like, ooh, now we kind of ease on down. So now we go back to our young hot Miss Thing of the group, Robin. And so she got on some sexy lingerie, you know what I'm saying? And she like about to get it in. So she's already talking about this man who seems like he ain't worth the goddamn, that shouldn't have any worth of her time. But that's actually not who comes out the door. Who comes out the door is a coworker of hers who's not
exactly. You rushing it.
Did I rush?
Yeah, because she spent New Year's Eve by herself.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm tripping. Okay, then what happened?
Nothing. Her scene was very short. It was very brief. She was like, I spent a New Year's alone this year. And then they cut to Gloria, and Gloria was making her son was standing there with a suit.
Yes, you are correct. Yeah, that was then after that fact. Right, after that fact. So yeah, Gloria's doing what she's doing, like being what do you call a mother that's in love with their son? Like, you got a mama's
in love
boy,
with her son.
Like, not in love with their son, but infatuated, obsessed, like just like don't want to let go.
Lonely. She was just lonely. She was just lonely. She was just lonely. Like, and she ain't had no friend. Well, this is the one thing about this that I didn't understand. So all of them lived in Phoenix.
Yes,
Gloria, Bernadine, and Robin. Yeah. So obviously, either Savannah lived there at some point, and that's how they met.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or they migrated there to randomly together, and she came to live where they were.
I'm gonna go with the former. I think that Savannah's job, she's a producer, so she probably gets a lot of jobs at different networks that ask for her to move places, and like, yeah, I think that that's what happened. She ventured off and went to Dallas and stayed there for a while, and like I might as well come back home, I just realized that I don't have my laptop charged up. So.
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna ask the chat, who is y'all favorite woman character and male character from Waiting to Exhale? Mine's is Bernadine, then Gloria, then Savannah. I mean, all of them are like at the top, but I mean, Robin, she was just annoying because she made a lot of stupid decisions, and I don't even know why.
Young, dumb, and fella.
Just things.
Yeah, I mean, it's always gonna be Bernadine for me for sure. So
yeah,
it's always gonna be Bernadine.
But I did see Savannah in a different light this time when I watched it.
For sure.
I think when I was younger, I couldn't separate the two. But now that, especially unfortunately, now that Whitney Houston is passed, I can look at
Mhm.
her as the character because the person is no longer alive. So
Yes.
I did get to see her in a different, I saw her in a different route, and I actually paid more attention to her story. You know, because after you watch movies for so long, you think you know them, so you don't pay it. You only pay attention to the parts you really like. But I
Mhm.
actually really paid attention to her story and got a better understanding. She wasn't a homewrecker. I always thought she was a homewrecker because I never paid attention. You know what I'm saying? But now I
For instance, in
understand.
that yeah, in that club scene
Yeah,
where Robin's like, and who gives a damn if he married, and Savannah doesn't say a word, doesn't peep a word, but also doesn't look guilty, like, ooh, that's what I'm over here doing, like, because we know that was never her intention.
yeah, and that's not what she was doing. They disconnected.
Yep.
Then he hit her back up all married, and she said, okay, I'm willing to meet with you. And then he dropped a bomb on her, and she like, well, you know, I'm single, I ain't got nothing going on. If he's talking about he getting a divorce, I'll see what happens. And then
Yeah.
he just led her on, versus I'm
Completely.
thinking they've been messing around the whole time. As younger me, you know, watching it this time,
Mhm.
seeing it like this, like, oh, they weren't messing around the whole time. She disconnected from him, and he popped back up on that
Yep.
bullshit.
On that bullshit. You're the only woman I ever loved.
And that may be true. But at the end of the day, your life situation now doesn't allow for you to just leave. You know what I'm saying? And
Exactly.
even though
I
you're
love my daughter.
right, but not only that, you love the woman that you married too. You may not love her as much as you love me, but it's just like Wesley
Mhm.
Snipes' character said. He said, I love you and my wife interchangeably. The amount of love I
Yes.
have for you is no different. It doesn't affect or change the amount of love I have for my wife. And that's the
Yeah.
thing, when these men be trying to tell these girls that I don't want to be with her anymore, I'll get a divorce. It's like, yeah, but you loved her and you still love her, because you can love
Mhm.
somebody you don't like. And that was a question I was gonna ask you, because from New Year's we would go to, you know, the scene at the shop where they telling everybody is saying, you know, Bernadine and her husband broke up, and
Yes.
they calling her phone, and then we see her at the house
Toe
all
up.
fucked up, and she has the infamous second scene where
Woo!
she having this extended monologue with herself about her husband.
Woo!
And
Best.
it is the best, but that from that scene and the scene where Savannah comes to visit her and she says she'll sell her the house for $5. And I said, she is losing it. And I said, you know, my question basically was like, let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see. Uh I feel like she lost it.
Yes.
And it seemed like she loved her husband, but she,
Yeah.
after thinking about it, she really didn't like him. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah, she had every time she saw him, she just like from when she slapped baby girl in the office to when he picked up the kids and that switch that she made when her son was like, "Hey, mom," like she was looking at that nigga like,
But it made me wonder, like, so, you know, you can be in a relationship with somebody and you can love them, but you might not
mhm.
like them. And if your life is shifted, regardless to how you feel about them, are you more disillusioned because of the change in your lifestyle and you having to move different and you thought they would never do that to you, versus, oh my God, I'm getting divorced from my husband and we loved each other? Because y'all probably, I mean, he's been cheating on you. So obviously, y'all older couple, y'all have not been having sex. That's a fact.
Mhm. Mhm.
Y'all do routine. It's a routine.
Completely.
But Bernadine comes to the party with me. She takes care of my kids. She makes sure my life is good. She picks up my cleaning. You know, this is a transactional deal at this point. So
Yeah,
I
this
kept
is what I
wondering,
know.
because I mean, she kind of had a psychotic break in a way. Like, she took all her shit out of the house. She burned up. She selling
That's
stuff. She's selling a classic car for a
everything
dollar
for a
ninety
dollar.
nine.
Dollar.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, obviously there's something going on with her, but is it about love or is it about station? You know what I'm saying?
You know what? You make a lot of good points, and I think after watching this today, yeah, I even when you think about her watching the old anniversary, it's like trying to find out where was the love lost, like where her admitting later that like I this just him, as much as I just want to be like, he a cheating dog, like, I can't lie about the things the part that I've had in this too. And so, um, I think sometimes for the greater good of family, being a wife to a husband, you can lose sight of your goals and what you want. And I think that that's what happened to her. I think she lost sight of what this all really meant for her, and she just worked for her. She just worked and made this work for him instead of herself, and probably made herself believe that this was something that she wanted. She was happy. She mentions it in the rant, the catering business. Like, she had dreams too. She had goals too. Savannah
She had
tells
a
everybody, like,
master's
hey,
degree.
yes, like, we still, like, girl, like, some of us still dream, and I think that you have given, I think it was a part of herself that she had given up. She had
And
truly
so
given up.
that's why she broke. That's why
And
she broke.
yeah, because at least some people can say, if it's a successful marriage for 75 years, and we watch our children grow, and we watch our children's children grow, and we loved it, and maybe we didn't we regret some things, at least, like, we were happy in this. But once that's broken, you start to think about, why the hell have I been believing the shit that you tell me, and like, thinking you were Bible, putting myself down and diminishing me and my dreams and my goals to
Thinking
be
you was
your sidekick.
Bible. Thinking you was Bible. What does that mean?
Like, I think it's like thinking that you're God, thinking that you're right. Like
Oh,
what people think of the Bible sometimes. It's some slang I've heard, but like, just going along with the flow of things as if I'm doing you a favor. Or no, it would be the other way around, as if you're doing me a favor, like by marrying me and
right.
upgrading me and
But in
making my
actuality, without me,
you
this wouldn't
wouldn't
have
have
been
had you
possible
wouldn't have
because
any of
you are
me.
from the ground up. You are not a man of money. You are not a
Mm-hmm.
man of means. We worked on this from the ground up. We built this ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then I mean, and I think the worst part of it, now that you say that, is he treated her like she was a dumb housewife. She had a
Yes.
master's degree. You didn't put her on none of the businesses, and she let
Mhm.
you. And she let you.
Mhm.
She didn't even have
Mhm.
her own separate bank account. Like, she let you because she was secure in the relationship.
Correct. That's the part. That's the part. And when you put your trust and security in someone like that, and then they break it, just like, moving forward, I can do better. Now, I'd rather date the white woman that I work with. Like, oh, okay.
But that's because he was living that
Oh yeah.
life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. I mean, his colleagues were probably the type of men who were like,
And not only that,
"Meet your wife."
when you y'all in a different station, so your wife got to be
Mhm.
different. And if she ain't different, like how she flipped on him about being with a white woman, obviously she has never changed in that regard.
Yes, 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 yes. She ran it about, again, in that whole monologue. She ran about, like, making my kids go to a private school where they're one of four, or one of only the two
Oh,
black
so I
students.
can say my favorite line?
Yes, you sure damn can.
Because you didn't want them to be improperly influenced. John, guess what? Well, you're the motherfucking improper influence. Get your shit, and get out. 732, 732, the number of times we made love.
Told me he started counting after 51. I mean, we are only about 10, 12 minutes into the movie, and that happens. Oh my God.
Oh,
You just like,
and then the fireman come to the door. She have her cigarette.
oh,
And she dropped the ash. And he say, "Did you know your car was on fire?" Yes.
yeah. Ma'am, did you start the fire?
And she look at him.
Well, it's against state law to burn anything out in the yard unless it's trash.
It won't happen again.
No, 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 no. She said,
So,
it is trash.
oh, it is trash. Oh, you
It
got
is
it. You
trash.
got it. It is trash.
It is trash.
Ma'am, this is a good neighborhood.
Yeah, this is a nice neighborhood. This is a good neighborhood.
You're just lucky one of your neighbors cared enough. It won't happen again.
And it was
just
something
the dough
about,
right in his fucking
and it was something about that moment that it won't happen again. That
oh no, it won't happen again.
Won't happen. It was so, oh my God. Like,
no, she said it won't ever happen.
Yes, it was just, it almost made me feel like she was talking to John at that
yes,
moment. You know, like, you know, it is trash. You know, the not and the not snitching on yourself.
Right. She just looked at him.
Did you set this fire?
She literally dropped some more ash.
You think I'm gonna fucking tell you that? Hell no, I ain't telling you that so you can arrest me. You a fireman. How you gonna arrest me? It is trash. That's my favorite. It is trash.
It is trash.
It is trash.
Okay.
Whew. I'm glad we got through that. Back to it.
Where are we at?
Now we go to
Robin.
Robin's like, yes, now we are at Robin's scene where she reminds us that she usually dates a trash ass nigga named Russell, but today's man of the night is not Russell. It is Michael, a nice co-worker who's not typically her type. He's a chubby wubby, but you know, more cushion for the pushing, and they have one of the most hilarious sex scenes and most honest sex scenes, from the whole condom and her asking him, do he need help because he having a hard time. But y'all, no, it was the call. I love it when you call me Big Papa. It was the profuse sweating, like, just
it was the back it up, spin around, come back up.
He felt so, oh my God, when he came in and he did the back. He said, you look better than I imagined. He said that line that came off a tinge creepy. We all know that men, like, you know, at least cis hetero men, like, undress women and they think about sexual stuff, and they typically, like, they already, especially if they're attracted to you, they typically have already done those things in their own brain. So when it does happen, it is kind of weird to hear somebody say, like, sometimes it's not always sexy. And I think that's what it is. It didn't seem sexy coming from him because that wasn't her cup of tea. Like, from the moment, he's like at least a foot shorter than her. It's just don't look right. It don't look right. He barely carries her over to the bed.
Oh man, he almost broke his back.
Almost broke his back, almost broke her wrist because she fell very, like, onto the bed. They try to get into the mood, like he was trying to get in with no condom. She like, He rolls over, tries to put it on, taking him a second. She like, you need help? He like, I got this. He gets it on. He gets on top, and brother instantly man is.
But I don't even think he was where he needed to be.
He just all the moans and groans and like say my names and this is mine type vibe. And he ejaculates, and it's just, he climax, and it is just woo. How was that? And for a moment that was like so funny and just like silly as hell, and like, damn, I feel bad for her. Like, she gets real honest with him and is like, what do you mean? Like, he like, how was it? This, what, like us, what? And it was like, damn, I've never seen a guy get, you know, like
right after sex.
It was an interesting dynamic between the two, and he was an interesting man, and you know, he finds a way to ask her something and he finds her at a vulnerable moment that allows her to like really answer him honestly and truly, and from this place of like, up until this point, we only seen Robin be fun, you know, and I'm very sure that that's how guys look at her, the fun girl, you know what I'm saying? And so she shows us a part of herself that's like, I want this. I want out, like she lists off all these amazing, beautiful things that I think a lot of us, sometimes believe that that's what we want in life. And she ends it off with the most important things. It's like, I want to be happy, and you're just like, damn, you
And then
can
he's like,
tell.
you don't want much. I'd have felt disrespected. Like when he said that, I was like,
He's like, girl, I can give that to the mall. Give that to the mall.
but my whole thing was this. I was like, regardless, see, my whole issue was Robin is like, what do you want? Do you want a man that can give you what you want? Or do you want love? Because you move like a woman who looking for love, but you really looking for a man that you want, because you'll accept him even though you are not attracted to him sexually and the sex was not what you desired it or needed it to be. And then you'll be mad at him after you marry him. Why would you even do that to him?
She proceeded to have sex with him and even mentioned that it just felt better this time. Like,
because you liked him at that point.
Yeah.
You was just trying something at first. You was
Mhm.
just trying something at first. When he started when you had an actual conversation and he actually seemed like he was a good guy. But that's why I say, looks. How Jay-Z get Beyonce? Because he asked her a question like that. Beyond looks. You know what I'm saying? Once you get down to the nitty gritty, people can look past a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not about what you look like at the end of the day. If you make me feel safe, if you make me feel secure, if you make me feel like I can get all the things that I ever wanted with you. Yep. I can get past all that. We can go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, what if he's okay with his weight? What if he doesn't want to change? What if he does not want to take your corrective cues and kiss you slower? Or he might want to kiss you slower, but what if he can't do the other thing slower? You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you don't like him, you don't like him. It don't matter what he's talking about.
It's just
and the
very,
slightest thing
can get back to what you're talking about. Like, now you're done with him.
Which is exactly what the fuck happened.
That is exactly what happened. And then on to possibly another classic moment, I believe, right? Gloria?
Oh, yeah. Wait, let me check.
No, I might be jumping.
Yeah. Baby daddy came to the house with what his name?
What is that man's name?
Esposito. Esposito, that's his name.
Yeah, I think you're right. Hold on, I'm about to look it up real quick. When I got the whole damn
Mr. Gus.
Mr. Gus. Mr. Gus.
And also like a Jedi in the Mandalorian now.
I cannot stand the way IMDb place their people.
Oh, you should have just went to a different movie where
I know that's prevalent. What I need to do. But I'm already here now.
Esposito.
Giancarlo. Giancarlo.
Esposito.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she had baby daddy come to the crib. He think he coming to see his son.
She done set up a little rendezvous.
And he's like, girl, I can't do this no more. We are living a lie, and I ain't trying to live it no more. I have been bisexual for years.
And now the I've come to light, and I am gay.
And I don't want you, girl.
I don't want you.
And not because you're not wantable.
Not
it's just that because that's not what I'm into.
That's not what I'm into. And I've tried to tell you, and I've tried to do that, and I have made mistakes in that process as well. But now I have to put a very, this is what I want to know. How did you feel about, because we already know about how he felt, how her son felt about his father. How did you feel about him being like, look, man, I'm tired of trying with you and him. So if he don't holler at me, I'm kind of like, he got to be the one to make the first move.
I didn't like that.
Because do you think that that's fair?
I didn't think that was right, because where's that energy coming from?
Yeah.
Like, you have allowed her to, first of all, because I know somebody who went through this. Not like, I met this lady at Disney that I was working with, and she told me that, she was madly in love with her high school sweetheart, first guy she had ever been with sexually, and they had 2 kids together, and they were married for a very long time. and she came home one day and she found him with a man, and
Mm.
it broke her heart and
Yeah.
devastated her because she had no idea. Because when you know somebody that young, you don't look at the
Yeah.
things that they do as something that they do because they are a certain way. You just think that's how they are as a person.
Right.
So it broke her heart because she thought it was because she had gained weight from having babies, because she had gained weight from having babies, and he started to treat her differently.
Ah.
And now, granted, Gloria never walked in on them having sex, him having
Right.
sex, but she had no idea that man was
Okay.
bisexual or gay.
Yeah.
So for her, he has been lying to her the whole time. So she's trying to rekindle a flame with a man who's single,
Yep.
never is with anyone,
Yep.
never is talking about a new person. So you have already left the door open for her to believe that there's something to rekindle, because maybe, I don't know, maybe it is just because I'm fat, because he ain't got nobody. So why he don't want me? We got a whole son together. You know, and
Mm-hmm.
they obviously probably were in a committed relationship when they had him.
Yeah.
So I think it's crap that your son obviously picked up
Mm-hmm.
on what was going on, and he don't
Yeah.
want to be bothered with somebody like that in this time when this movie was made.
Yes.
But for her, it's unfair for you to be so frustrated with me to the point where you don't want to be around me when you just dropped this bomb on me, to then say, now my son, if he want to deal with me, he got to deal with me on his own. No, that's not okay,
Yeah.
because we don't know the
I agree.
context. He could have been a mistake. It could have been just a one-time deal and she got pregnant, because that happens a lot of times in movies like that one movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it could have been something else. And I just think that's BS. And I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
I
a cop
do get
out.
it. It was a different time. Being a gay man in that time was very different. His son
Mm-hmm.
probably wouldn't want anything to do with him anyway because of that fact. But because she didn't want anything to do with him at that point. But I don't know. I just think that's a cop out, because you
Yeah,
want to
I
live your
agree.
life the way you want to live your life.
Yeah, I thought that was incredibly sad. You know, the whole like he has to make the first move. I had heard that before, but this was the one again, another time where it just hit me like, dang, like, really? We gonna put it all on him? He's 17. He doesn't understand this. It's a different time. He's not probably proud of all of that. And we just gonna put it on the kid?
Right.
Okay. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I wasn't a fan of that, and that really turned me off. And I thought it was completely unfair. I thought it was a very unfair moment. Um, and I just really, I felt bad for Gloria. Like, damn,
Yeah.
damn.
So now we go to another favorite scene of mine.
The
The office scene.
Office. You know, they show John Senior at work being the big boss man in front of the whole conference table bullshit, telling old girl, baby girl, vanilla ice.
She's sitting right next to him.
Yeah,
Getting
he
her out of their
commands her to do
clothes.
some old bullshit,
Here
work
come
shit.
Bernadine.
Woo! Hot like fire.
Old girl stand up. She's like, excuse me, can I talk to my wife, my husband? And then she say, pow!
It was so funny because it was kind of unnecessary.
No,
like,
she's mad. She's mad.
She was definitely mad. She was definitely mad. But like,
But that girl did a 360. She like, pow! And she did a 360 turn.
Yo, Angela said, I want you to kind of like put a little spin on it. I wonder if she told Angela to slap her for real. Because I feel like if I was ever in a movie as an actor, I would want, like, if it was like a slap or something, I would want it to be real. I would want it to be like semi-real. Like, slap me for real, please. So we can get some real, give me some steam, baby.
I'm gonna have to get some ice on my face if somebody slap me for real in a movie.
That was one of them slap punches. Like,
slap
with the effort of a punch. Like, she didn't close it either, but I don't think she closed it, but
no, but she slapped her into a 360.
Ooh, she slapped her into a 360.
Slapped her like a tornado, girl.
Clear the room. Clear the room.
She was like, help me. So I'm just gonna skip to my favorite lines.
Okay, yeah.
This scene is about her finding, well, after she sold all his shit and burned all his shit, he got mad and was like, oh no, I'm not giving you no more money. You
Period.
do it yourself.
Mhm.
So she came to the office to like confront him about like cutting her off because she helps
Mhm.
him build the company. She ain't cheating on him. What you mad at me for?
Right. You owe me.
So, favorite line one. So what, John? You think you could just take the money and run? Ah, I love it. I love it.
Take the money and run.
And then I already said it earlier. What, Joe? You gonna put me out? You gonna put me out?
Cause you it,
But like
because
he's full ass talking to her, and she turned to Joe, and she like, what? You gonna put me out, Joe?
it's just
You
like,
gonna
you know me. You know who I am. That's how I got in the damn building in the first place.
right? And then he gonna say, and I'll be over to pick up my children on Sunday. Yeah. Well, if I hear that you had them anywhere near that trail, bitch, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. Woo!
She got into his ass every chance she could get.
Every chance.
Every time she could get in John's ass, she got in John's ass.
She
She
really
bred
did.
him to filth every moment she could.
Every,
And
but
she, yes, every time.
with the
Every time.
emphasis on the words. Take, bitch, run, 11, bitch again. Wait a minute. Improperly influenced, motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
732.
51.
It's the emphasis for me.
Out. Yo, for real, she just creme de la creme. Like she made, and you know, that was another interesting point about this film is the cuts. I had never seen a movie move the way that it did and have such like, I don't want to say insignificant, but kind of, sort of, but still helped move the story along in a sense of like when you get that moment with Savannah and Savannah and Robin on the phone with each other, and you're just like, I mean, I'm not saying it could have been a better way that we can introduce her, you know, lover Russell into the scene, but it just was like, it was just funny to me, or yeah, it was just funny to me, and I think it also showed like their dynamics and stuff.
Yes.
But still, at the same time, the way that they made it seem like it was insignificant, but it was really important to move the story along, which I absolutely love. And I haven't seen anybody move a movie like that forward with small cuts and interjecting people. Like even when Bernadine and Gloria go out.
To the fair.
Yeah, they go out to the
I
fair and
love
they
that
do the horse
shot of
race.
them on the Ferris wheel.
Oh,
I love
so
how they was
good.
having such pivotal conversations while they were in a fun place, like they sitting at a rodeo and having this deep conversation about
Yes.
cheating,
Yeah.
and they on the Ferris wheel having this deep conversation about
About no
relationships and
like having the key to a good relationship, like what makes a man be a good man, you know.
right.
Uh
Yeah, I like that. And that was the first time I was like, they having a full ass, deep ass conversation on a Ferris wheel. How many times
yeah.
have you ever done that?
Oh, it was just so good. And yeah, I feel like there's a lot of Ferris wheel scenes out in the world, and a lot of them take it from head on, you know, like very head on. But they did it from the side. They did like kind of like this medium close up, and that was just really fun because the idea was this is about this conversation between these two people, you know.
And they weren't even on like a nicer Ferris wheel. They were on an
No,
old
yes,
Ferris
they were
wheel
on an
too.
old rinky danky one, and just having a good old girls kiki about
But
like,
having conversation about real shit
but
though.
having a conversation about real shit, and it was really fun. What do you think about the moment where because they never kind of, I don't want to say reconcile, but they never really talk about that again. So when I don't know, rodeo or horse race, wherever they were, something like that, right? They're having the discussion of like, she, you know, as friends do. You been sleeping with that man?
Because
because
they went to the club.
yeah, because they went to the club, and oh my God, just like
that scene is funny for one
that.
reason for me, because she was like, he a football player, and she was like, he can slam dunk me anytime. And I said, wrong
What
sport.
ball?
I was like, wrong
You can
sport.
slam dunk me anytime. You just like showed you Robin don't give a damn. He's married
And he is a football player, not a basketball player, man.
and Angela and Bernadine is hilarious in that scene as well.
Did you see Michael?
Michael. Y'all gonna get out here on the dance floor with me, you old hussies.
Like, you are too hot for me, girl.
Right.
Like,
that was so funny. But basically, Gloria calls her out like, yo, like, you've been sleeping with my man. She's like, it's just one time. I just needed the comfort. My body was saying some things, and I just needed to do that for myself. I know it wasn't right. I know it wasn't okay, but it was just that one time because he started doing team too much. And my favorite line is like, I can't take under another owner, which gives us insight to like how she views marriage and relationship. Like
at this point.
Yes, at this point, like I am owned by you. Like, and so now we see that she's like, marriage ain't for me. I'll never get married again. That's the key to everything. And she tells Glow, like, I'm not like you. Like, I need somebody to hold
me, even if it is a goddamn lie.
Even if it's a goddamn lie. And it just it stung a lot, to a point where Gloria is just over there like,
okay, girl. And she knew she was wrong for saying it, and they just kind of went back to watching the show. But I mean, they friends. We say stuff off the way to our friends all the time that we know we shouldn't have said because we meant it like as a compliment, but it was a backhanded compliment.
Yes.
And we don't realize that, you know, that's I still feel some type of way about that.
Because what I think, because I felt like Gloria at that moment too, because I've been on the Gloria side where I've just chose to not be involved in like physical and intimacy and stuff like that, because I know the bigger picture of what I ultimately want. And I find myself in places like that, trying to sleep with people who don't want to sleep with me and getting rejected, and or sleeping with somebody I have no business sleeping with. And it always ends in me just still being like, I shouldn't have did that in the first place, because all I wanted was a body,
right.
And that it's like a defense mechanism. It's what you do to safeguard yourself. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt when somebody else notices that in you and is like, that's why you don't get no dick. That's why you got cobwebs. Because, baby girl, you don't know how to just get out here and get it. And it's like, you're right, but that hurt.
Damn, you didn't have to say that.
You have to say it like that. Like, that's a 2020 version of of what.
Yeah, like
I need
because when she said it, she was like, like that's what
she said.
She was like,
She looked up.
And then she went to shaking that ice in her cup, and she was shaking that damn ice in her cup. Like, well, girl, I'm just saying. You asked me, so I told you.
That's how I told you, baby. I told you. Okay.
And also, before that scene, she had, saw Tyreek in his room getting his little 17-year-old ding-a-ling sucked by
little white girl.
She's like, you're lying about your grades. You're lying about your friends. You're lying about sitting in that room with your little white girl, getting your little 17-year-old little ding-a-ling sucked. Get out my face. Get out my face.
No, Daddy, wasn't gay. I said to you right now.
Now, I can't repeat my other favorite line because it's not.
It is not.
It's not correct for the thing, but I did repeat it at home.
I did not. I did repeat it at home.
I did.
It was the F word, y'all. But
that whole scene, like now, watch it. I mean, it's still a good quotable, but
it
is not for the internet.
No, not for the internet, because what we don't want is after our hype train to get cancel trained. And also being ally, like, that's just a word that we know, just very much like the N-word, you stay away from in terms of your audience,
Well, I ain't say that word. I said the other one. But queer, I can say queer.
Yeah, you could definitely say
I can say
queer for
that. I
sure.
can say that. But
You
shit,
know,
you don't
but
know these days. I'm trying to just stay clear, all of it.
my
Shit.
father's access denied. No, for sure. Stacey talking about put it in the chat. Come on now, the F word. You know what it is. Shut up.
You trying to get me banned
You
from
was
my own
trying.
damn
The
stream.
F word, the mean word that they say about men. It rhymes with maggot.
That's it. That's
Damn
it.
it.
Wrap it up.
That's about as best I can give you. I'm getting hot now. But they have this moment of like placing us in that moment, like giving us a timeline of where, like, yes, no, I'm ashamed. I wouldn't want that. I don't. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad I know that. I figured out he was a fruitcake, y'all. Anyway, I'm glad he ain't my daddy. I mean, I'm glad he don't want to be in my life. Good.
Right. So then we go to Robin, and she was a new guy now. His name is Troy, and it's weird.
They in this pickup truck looking like, it looks like anywhere you drive in Arizona looks like the goddamn country. It looked like
oh, don't boop, 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 like from Demon Knight when he was doing
it.
Right.
See too far out.
So they going to this party.
Route 69. Yeah, they took Route 69 to a fucking party. Like, where are y'all going?
So they go to this party.
All white party.
She don't really. What I don't like is she keep dating a whole bunch of men that she don't really like, and she dating them like just randomly and going to these places. Yeah. So she go to this party. He come in. This was another class. She had a classic care. Like her dudes was classics.
Classic.
Like, oh, you know what scene we didn't talk about?
What?
Grrr. Grrr. Now I'm gonna keep her at a fucking zoo.
Woo! This movie shaped sex and relationships for me.
Really? Really?
Like, it truly did. Like, there's a lot of stuff that happens in this movie that made me think, like, when I start having sex, I don't want this to happen. When I start having sex, I want that to happen. When I fall in love, or like I realized that movie, I looked at that as kind of the blueprint of, like, this is my introduction to sex and relationships. Like, and I'm not saying I watched it in 95 because I would have been 10. But I definitely watched it a little later on in life, like 14, 15, and being like, hell yeah. I thought the sex scenes were absolutely outrageous, having no idea that was lightweight. Like, that's TV. That's not even TV sex. TV sex doesn't even elevate it to a point.
Yes, to a whole
Lord have mercy. Level. But yes, the gross. Oh my god! Now I'm gonna keep it the fucking suit.
Yes.
Is he using my toothbrush?
Yeah, that scene was weird. I was like, why did you even mess with him? He ain't got no job. He ain't got no money. He ain't.
She said, "Girl, held 3 hot dogs." Oh, why did she give him another chance?
I don't know.
Oh,
you know, say I gave him $20 and the gas was $7.18, and he did not give me my change.
I was like, damn, gas was cheap.
It sure was. Damn. So anyway, they go to this party at this guy's house. They don't know. She don't know where she going. He come in. I'm already like, I don't care when I've ever watched this movie. I was like, what is he on? Because he's high.
All the
like,
time.
From the moment he walked in that party, talking about like what?
She turns me on. Like, I ain't never heard that song before I seen that movie. I never heard that song after.
Never.
That movie. Then when I hear that song, is in that movie.
In that movie, that's like they made that song for that movie. So then she come back and see him. What was he getting? Pills from that man?
Getting pills or coke or something like that. Crack rock. Yeah. So you know how it goes. Like, it's all the same.
Now this scene is funny. The phone scene when Savannah was like, "Is he a crackhead?" And I just.
There's a moment early in the movie where Bernadine makes herself something to drink and she makes Savannah something to drink. And Savannah looks like she just has like an iced tea, and Bernadine has a glass of wine. And I wonder, did that have to do anything with the idea of like I was trying to timeline it in my head, like where was Whitney at in life, and was this at a moment where we knew about the drugs, so she
No,
was trying
I
to
think
stay
this was
away.
before,
Yeah. Okay.
way
Okay. I was
before,
thinking that too. So I was like, was she trying to keep up with her
because
clean
we didn't find out
routine?
about that until like late
Because yeah, they were
90s.
obviously all drunk on New Year's Eve or
No,
whatever.
but I think I saw her put some liquor in that. I think that was
Okay.
a like Arnold Palmer with a little vodka,
Okay.
a little vodka,
I
a
have
little
mixologist
vodka.
up here.
So they go to the party. She get there. They want to leave. He come home. They get back. He talking about he want her to come to his grandma mama house for barbecue. She
Barbecue. Oh
like
my
we only been
God.
knowing for 3 days. But then in her head she talking about, but ain't no man ever asked me that before. I'ma go. What, girl? Get out of here.
Again, searching for love in all the wrong places. And I think he's looking for love, not searching, but same damn thing. Same
So
difference.
Gloria meets what's his name?
Uh Marvin.
Meets Marvin.
Under the impression that he is a mover. It was so
Because
slick.
she
It was
was
so
being
slick. He
nosy.
was being nosy as hell. What you think about these people that's moving in? Well, you know, the guy that's moving in is, kind of an asshole or some bullshit that he said.
Yeah.
But then
So
starts to say some redeeming things about him, and then eventually, comes
they
out as
having this awkward ass conversation.
oh,
She
completely.
excels or ex. Why do I keep saying
Yeah,
excels?
like Microsoft Excel. Like that's
Yeah,
how I
instead of
say Excel.
exhale.
That's how I say Excel. I say Excel. I don't know why. That's why I have to keep correcting myself. Like I say Excel. I don't say exhale. I say Excel.
So we see that she meet him. Then we go back to Gloria and she in a legal fight with her ex
Oh,
husband, and it's getting bad. The judge only awards her $3,000 a
free.
month.
She go over there. She
Cuss his
better
ass out again.
because I ain't gonna lie, I hear 3 G's. I'm like, hey, that ain't too shabby. But she go over there like, it's 5 G's for the mortgage. Like, oh yeah. Oh, if you don't own
That
your
ain't
house,
good.
then yeah, that might be a problem. Like, come like 3 G's, you could probably cover most a couple things. But then I have to remember their lifestyle. Like, this man is a
Yeah, they
millionaire.
go to a private school and
Yeah, this man is
everything.
a millionaire. And if that's, because in my head, I'm thinking that he would still cover most of those things, but
No, he just because he
he's
mad.
he's an
Because he
asshole. He's
mad.
not. Yeah.
And I mean, I think even if she was, yes, sir, no, sir, thank you, sir, he still would have treated her like
Yeah,
that.
he offered her
Because he wanted
300
to
cash.
write her out his life.
Yeah, he wanted to be done with her. He wanted to act as if she never exists. He like take this
Yeah.
300K and be on your way.
Yeah. So she mad. I don't know where the hell I guess she went across the street to a hotel or something. I don't know.
Um, she had that's what it would have had to been because I've never seen a courthouse connected to a bar.
Yeah, I was like, damn, this a nice ass courthouse with an orchestra and everything. Got a
Wow.
bar, an orchestra. Damn, this is really nice.
Yeah, it had to be like a downtown type vibe where it's like, oh, it's a nice hotel close
Across
by.
the street from
Yeah, yeah.
the courthouse. So here comes Wesley Snipes. He was looking good as hell in that movie.
This is the best Wesley has ever looked.
I
Like,
agree. I
like,
agree.
like if because you get older, and I was like, what's the hoopla with Wesley? He's not a good looking man. And and then when you go back to this movie, you like, he's giving me more chestnut. Like,
Yes, he
you look
was
good.
though.
You
I
look
was like, damn,
good.
Wesley.
Yeah,
Okay, Mr. Wesley.
I really understood it then, but like when I got older, I was like, why did the women go crazy? I mean, he does look good. He's an attractive man in like Mo Better Blues, and like when he was really young, he's a good looking guy, but not like Denzel, like ooh, sexy as Denzel, like looking good. But yeah, he looked great in that movie. Like,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I
yeah,
think
you
Denzel is a great actor, but even when he was younger, I never thought that he was like,
really.
oh my God.
It
Like,
grew on me. It grew on me. Like it was like I had to, one of them things where sometimes if you look at somebody long enough, they get ugly, and sometimes you look at them long enough, they become attractive. That's what happened to me because I never thought about him as like
I
the
think
most.
he looked his best in Training Day. Like, as far as like fine, like, oh damn, you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like,
Okay, like older days, Training Day for sure. Younger days, I would say the movie Ricochet. He looked good as hell in Ricochet. Like young Denzel is fine, or like Glory. Denzel's fine during
I
those
think it
days.
was the hairline for me in Glory.
It probably
You
was.
know.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Ricochet is one of my favorite low key Denzel movies, and I think he's fine as hell in that movie.
Okay, so where we at?
We are
Savannah.
yes.
Where's my notes?
Oh,
Wesley Snipes. We meet Wesley Snipes.
yep. Him and
Savannah and
Bernadine are
Kenneth
having this
have
conversation.
love.
He
Okay, that's
kind of
happened. That
yep.
happened with the sex. They had the sex. Gloria birthday party.
Bernadine and
No,
was
Savannah
it?
and Kenneth.
Oh
We already talked
yeah.
about that though.
Oh yes. Oh Lord. Oh my God.
Gloria's birthday party is next.
So up to this point, we have seen our characters have some moments of growth, but also like a little bit of that, those tests have come into their life. And Gloria's party, not exactly the crescendo, but kind of like the moment of like, how much have you gotten better? So we all know that when you in with your girls and you having a good time and y'all been drinking and life stuff starts to come up, and you start feeling yourself, getting a little, all the things that you've been kind of passive about but piss you off, you're like about to blow. And they have one of my other favorite moments that they call John and
No, bitch, it ain't John.
It's like you need a Robin, bro. You need a Robin in your group who's going to give that energy. Like when you're being like a bit too modest or a bit too this, she's always gonna amp it up, whether it's on the negative side or the positive side. And in this moment, she said that classic line, which is so funny to me. But we realize that man, these women are in their early 30s, mid 30s.
And I said, don't y'all try to make me believe that.
Savannah says I'm 33.
33. So that means
What?
Robin got to be in her late 20s.
So it means yes, Robin's like 28, maybe 29. She ain't hit 30 yet.
And Gloria is the
Gloria's
oldest.
probably like my age. She probably like 38, maybe 40, maybe just hit 40, possibly with a 17-year-old son, just hit 40. And probably the same for Bernadine. She's probably like pushing 37, 38. I'm like, these women are the same age as me. What the fuck?
Theoretically.
Yeah, theoretically, which is, again, societal and what you talked about in the beginning, like sometimes how we think we're supposed to, where we think we're supposed to have been. And they have this really like full on conversation about where are we supposed to be? Where do I want to be? Should I be there? Why aren't I there? Like, it's mostly Savannah having this conversation and a bit of Bernadine, because like it's hard getting over this divorce thing. It's hard getting past your man don't want to be with you, he want to be with a white woman. It's hard getting past like
because you helped build him up to be the man he is today.
Build him up to where he is, and he just want to leave you in the dust. Savannah done dipped her toe back in the pond of the ex pond, same as Robin has done too. She's back in cahoots with Russell. Like, right. Well, no, she's not done with Troy yet, but she's still dealing with no goods. And I think that it's said but not said, I think it goes unsaid that she was still messing around with Russell. Like he would peek his head in every once in a while. We just knew when we knew. But I think it may have been like an unsaid thing that she was always constantly with that man.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
And then poor Gloria just like she
not even putting herself out there.
Yeah, she can't get a man because she won't let go of the one man that the most non-romantic man in her life. Like, let
But
him
not
go.
only that, I think it was more about like how she viewed herself, because she probably has tried to date other men,
Mm-hmm.
and they probably told her, I don't date big women. I don't,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You're not my type. You got a son, whatever the situation
Yeah,
may
so it's
be.
probably refreshing to hear that from Marvin, where he just didn't really care about those things, But it was hard for her to open up to him because
Because she didn't think highly.
then,
She
yeah,
had a low self-image.
I shouldn't probably be eating it anyway. My
My
fruit,
big self.
my big old self, my fruit
And
sliced
I'd have
down.
been like, girl, why you doing that?
Yeah, like, you don't know. Like, and then she I hope he isn't watching me.
He's watching. Oh, that scene is so funny.
Classic.
Okay, so where we at? Okay.
Okay.
So
The party happens. They have a grand
then,
old
like, a lot of little stuff happens, like the phone conversations between,
Yeah.
where Leon come back. I mean, Russell come back into the
Yes.
picture. The whole thing with Troy and the whole "you
Oh.
raggedy bitch" that scene. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Forget you, those women. Ah!
that scene happens,
Classic.
and then we go to Savannah, who has rekindled a relationship with somebody. We already kind of talked about that as well. With what was his character? What Allstate guy?
His name is Kenneth. You said it
Oh,
earlier. Yep.
Kenneth.
Kenneth. Yep.
Kenneth. They do what they do. They rekindle their love. So now, Robin and Savannah are talking,
Mm.
and she basically, Savannah is telling her, like, I'm seeing a pattern here. He tells me he's gonna divorce his wife, but he tells me he got a kid, and he comes to see me and we have a good time, but he told me he was going to divorce his wife, and I believed him, because he came to, it's one thing. See, I think what really messed her up is she didn't find him. She didn't look for him. She didn't ask for him. He sent for her. He came to her. Now, if a dude you used to date come to you out of the clear blue sky and say to you, well, not after watching this movie, but say to you, hey, I really wanted to reconnect with you. I wanted to reach out to you. I wanted to see how you were doing, because, I know that I'm married, and I'm not trying to, run a line on you, but I really feel like, for me, you are the one that I let get away.
Yep.
I am in love with you.
Yep.
Now, she is a single woman who is having bad luck with men. Even if the idea of love wasn't there for her, she's going to open herself up to that. And then you say, and I'm about to get a divorce from my wife, and I came here to
So your
tell
worst
you.
nightmare is, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. And I came to tell you this because I want to be with you. And maybe not married, but I want to start a new life with you here. Now, you minding your own business, drinking your little Starbucks, and this man come up to you out the clear blue sky and tell you that, and you single, you don't have nobody, y'all used to date, he treated you well, he treated you nice, he was kind, he was single then. So you know how good of a man he is, and he a doctor. You gonna say, well, I'm not hurting anyone. I'm not doing anything wrong. He said he getting a divorce. I'm sure this is a conversation he had with his wife, because why would he come to me like that? Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out and see. You know what I'm saying? But when she started seeing the signs of, when you talk to your wife, it don't seem like you got an attitude. You know what I'm saying? Don't seem like you in distress.
It don't seem like it's just about the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like you getting off the phone talking about I love you.
You're right. And so she was telling Robin what happened, and Robin basically told her this story about a girl who picked up her whole life and moved to another state to be with a man who was married, who told the girl that they were going to get a divorce. And when she got there, the man was nowhere to be found, and she was pregnant and she had an abortion. And basically she, now Savannah knew who she was talking about, but I don't know why she was being facetious with that. But she basically told her, it's the story about me. It's about me. It's about my life. And I kept saying, is Russell that dude?
That's what I was trying to figure out too.
And this time she decided that she was going to keep the baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I had always believed that Russell was that first dude, and that's why the whole idea is definitely centered around, I didn't do it the first time. I'm definitely doing it this time. But what I could never figure out whether Russell was the first guy. But this time I'm starting to believe that he was a different dude, especially given her track record.
Well, what made me believe at first, I was saying, well, damn girl, why would you keep putting yourself through this? But this time when I watched it, when Russell came to the house,
oh yeah,
it just seemed like this was an ongoing pattern.
Like this is what they do, yeah. And that's actually a very good point. That's why I always thought it was Russell, because of that interaction. Yes, I had the same impression that this is what they do.
And he been running her this line for years.
Yep, just like Kenneth was gonna do with Savannah. Yes, allowed.
Yeah, and then that's what gave Savannah the fuel to walk away from him, because her mama talking about, well, pick up the phone and call him.
That's a good man, Savannah.
He's just in a bad situation that he put himself in, and I don't want to be a part of. And you know what? I be saying sometimes, I'll be like, Black parents, man, like they just be telling you any old damn thing, and then you gotta deal with the consequences of it.
$68 in your damn account. You need to be trying to help yourself. Well, help me help you. Why you sitting up here trying to hook me up with this man because you want grandbabies? You got
actually married. He actually is married. Actually
married. Actually married.
It's like
you're getting to a good point about Black parents.
like, because it's like, you know, why would you tell your child to go down this path, and then when the shit hit the bricks, your kid standing there and you like, well, baby, I'm so sorry. Now you go pay your therapy bills or not, because this was like 1995. One of no Black people going to therapy in 1995. Yeah. So with that being said, it's like, that was such bad advice. It
was terrible advice. And that's why, she disrespected her. And that's something that, in the Black community,
like, you fucking date them.
You fucking date them then. And you just don't do that, right? I do feel like you get one card, and that was Savannah's one card.
Yeah, she pulled it.
She definitely deserved it in that moment. And you saw she called her mama right back. She called her mama right back. She ain't let no day, no time, really. She called her mama right back. I am sorry for disrespecting you, but I meant what I said.
I said what I said.
That was definitely I said what I said moment. Like Savannah said, but I meant what I said. I meant what I said, and I won't do it, mother.
So I feel like everybody was going through their tumultuous moment at this point, because also you see Gloria and Marvin having a falling out because she wouldn't let her son go to Spain.
Won't let her son go to Spain because
he was very irresponsible. She was very lonely, and he'd been really far away from home. And for her to not have nobody to lean on, that's a lot of worry to put on her and her alone.
And you make very good and valid points, and I believe that they are. Again, they're good and valid points. They're good and valid points. I believe that Marvin also understood from a standpoint that maybe just a Gloria wouldn't get,
yes, you're right.
Man thing, where it's like, but you gotta let them F up.
But not only that too, I think it's more of a world thing too. I don't think that man was just there in that space living that life. I mean, my mom has talked me out of things that I really wanted to do before because of the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And for her, she's been living probably in the same house for years. She probably been doing the same thing for a long time. You know what I'm saying? For that being said,
you know that they do. That they do.
Thinking about that from a perspective of just like not experiencing life in another way. Probably ain't never been out of the country. Probably don't have a passport. Probably ain't never even been on she probably ain't never even been on a plane. I can see Gloria have never even been on a plane.
I can see that too.
So with that being said, that means Tariq probably has never been on a plane.
Yep.
And so from that perspective, not only a manly perspective, but of a worldly perspective, like you just don't understand what there is out here for him. And being that Arizona is really bad for gangs. Like, a lot of people don't know that, but it is.
Really?
Yes. So it's a lot of gang culture out there. Hey, that boy could have gotten some of anything. You know what I'm saying? He got
Damn.
accepted to college, so his grades couldn't have been that bad. You know what I'm saying? Because he probably
Yeah.
got accepted on a scholarship, but she just didn't know. You
She had
know,
no idea.
and instead, when we scared, we're not receptive because you don't
Yeah.
know. You don't
Yeah.
know. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I have had to go through with him, not only just to raise him, but to even get him to this point. I can't see myself letting him go over there and then
And
something
just
happen to
ruin you have
him.
to just ruin it all. And that's that fear too, that parenting style of being like, the moment I let you go out of my
My
watch,
my peripheral
yeah,
vision.
anything can happen, and so I
And it's
totally
like, have I prepared him to be a man in this world?
shit, have I
No, because I'm
no.
not a man.
Yeah, and she hadn't even prepared herself for that. That had been something that she was trying to find in the man that is actually his father.
Right. Right.
And that's, sometimes the duality of the father husband thing, or the father lover thing, where the baby daddy but you also a boyfriend.
Right.
Can you do both? Can you be both? Because you have to be there for that person and that child. That's a lot.
Right.
It's a lot. But they bump heads, and when you're new to somebody and you've only been having a good time.
See, here's a prime example
Oh.
of what we're talking about. Let me say, I love my mom, but I hate that I never bucked back when it was time to go to college. Because of her, I stayed home. It's forgiven. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because you move on
Yeah.
and you go on. But yeah, when I first wanted to go, I didn't want to go to college initially. I wanted to go to work at Disney World.
I remember this.
And my mom said I couldn't go because she was scared because they had a strike going on at Disney at the time. And she was like, I don't know. You can't go down there. I don't know what's going to happen to you. And they then in turn spent $8,000, $16,000 for me to go to college that I never finished. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, if y'all had just let me, because if I'd have went down there, I probably came home and went to Specs Howard.
Period.
And that'd have been the end of that.
Yep.
But it's like, you change the trajectory of someone's life and they have to start over in a way because they never really wanted to do this in the first place. So they're not going to put their whole everything into it. I mean, I'm not mad at my mama for it. It is what it is. I did go work there because I said I wanted to do it.
You said that
and
was
I did it.
What you wanted, and you did
but
it.
It took longer to get to that point because where my heart really was there. You know what I'm saying? So I had to do all these other things to please other people to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
So
you almost entered the whole situation jaded,
And I mean, you forget about it, you move on. But
yeah,
yes,
just like Nadu said,
for a small moment, in a brief moment in life, I was feeling some type of way because that's really what I said. Forget this. I want to do that because, I didn't go to school right away. I applied for college really late because I had some issues with school and like I was feeling really down about myself. So I didn't think I was going to get accepted to college. So I didn't apply for college until summer. So I applied for Wayne State and I got put on the wait list. And I applied for Bowling Green and they told me that I was accepted, but school was full for the first semester. So I had to wait for the second semester to go, or the second half of school year. So the first 2 semesters I was at home, but then in January I went to school. So I was at home for the first 2 semesters, but I was going to school at Wayne County.
Yep.
So I could have went to the college program that second half of the year and just did that and came home and figured out what I wanted to do at that point. But instead I went to Bowling Green.
Wow.
There we go.
The things we experience. Just like I said, the trajectory just all like thrown this way.
Yeah, because back then I was
that way.
I was doing theater, you know what I'm saying? I was taking theater classes, I was doing acting classes, I was doing like little small films. I mean, I had been doing them since I was like 16. So that's where my heart was at the time. Not saying my heart is no longer there, but that's where my heart, like I was in that thing. You know what I'm saying? But there we go. So that was that conversation with them, and they have fallen out. And
like, oh man, you hate when the sweet couple that you see a future with like have that moment, but it's very pivotal. It's the only way to know. You're not always gonna agree.
And they weren't even in a coupling
They
at
weren't
that
even a
point.
couple. Yes, that was the thing. He was just like always there, like that. Just always there, always hanging out, always fixing something, always doing a favor. And she definitely let him know you can let yourself out, boo boo.
Right.
Like,
But what was funny about him is she was like, "Good night," and then he all like, "Well, I guess I'm about to go." She already told you good night.
Right, she left.
This is done.
So I
So
guess I'll get up out of here then. I'm gonna head out.
good night. Like,
I'll lock the door behind me.
So she let Tariq go to Spain. And now we pretty much summon the movie up because Bernadine ends up, well, no, Bernadine gets a letter from Wesley Snipes. And I love this part as well because it just shows the acting chops of Angela Bassett. She is intently reading this passionate letter, and her daughter is talking to her in the other room, and she is answering her questions. Like,
acting 101, maybe 102, but 10.
She pretending to read a blank piece of paper, like intently,
while listening to her child talk about the things that children talk about.
It's freak a bad word.
And where she heard it and how she heard
Mommy,
it.
Mommy, I asked you a question. Like,
because she heard her. And then the fact that she didn't ask her to repeat it, she like, yes. Like, well, no, what does it mean? Like,
and even the part where she came in there and she was like, because. Like, she was about to, because I feel like that was kind of like an ad-lib scene. I just think he told her to go in there and start talking about whatever, the little girl, and then Angela Bassett had to play it by ear and pretend that she was reading this letter and listening to her daughter. So when she came in, she was going to ask her question, but the little girl was on to something else. You know what I'm saying?
On to something else, period.
But her acting is so good that they probably just kept the scene in the movie the way it was because she killed that shit. Man!
Because she killed that shit. Oh, Angela.
So she goes on to win her case.
Yes.
Get a milli. 2 houses.
A milli. Couple
500,000 of stocks and bonds.
Period.
And a Mercedes station wagon.
Because you got to get the kids around.
She got a milli. 500,000 in stocks and bonds. 2 houses. 1 in the Caymans. 1 in the Americas. And then got a Mercedes
yeah,
station wagon.
You about to say station wagon.
And Robin told Russell she didn't want to be bothered with him no more, and that she was keeping the baby. Period. And I feel like this time she was keeping the baby this time.
Yes. And yes, that's the line that makes you feel like, because it could be, things like this happen in films where the characters say things that may not mean anything to the person that they're talking to. So she may be saying this time because we know that she's done that before, but maybe with Russell, it's the first time. So it's a lot of different possibilities. It's just objective in whatever you want to believe, or subjective in whatever you want to believe. And that's why I've always toggled between the two. Like, is it? I don't know, but the way he accepts it makes me believe
he'll be back.
Yeah.
Even if it's to just be in his child life, because he's obviously a good father. He's just not good to his wife.
Yeah, very, very much so. He's like Kenneth Sr. Like he's what Kenneth is heading to.
Yeah.
Because
and I mean, that may be a change of trajectory, because he may have been shocked back into submission, and it may be too hard. If you couldn't get the girl who you actually like to believe you, it's going to be a lot harder for you to put yourself out there if that was the first time that you was trying to do that. So maybe you just going to go home and try to make it work with your wife, because obviously if she don't believe you and you felt as if you were being genuine to her, something there still needs to be
Yeah.
uh found out. You need to what is it? What do they say? You
Discover?
need to I can't think. Yes, discover is fine. That'll work.
For the moment.
But yeah, so I feel like if you couldn't
That's a good
convince
point.
her and you were genuine about it, then you would go home and say, I'm still trying to figure out what that word is. Flush it out. Go home and flush it out.
Ah,
Flush it
there
out.
we go. Yes,
There we
yes.
go.
It's a good point. A very good point.
But we'll see. I mean, we won't see, but we'll. I
No,
mean,
that's what I
make it
thought.
in.
So
What?
funny with this movie. Today I
It
was
is
like,
a movie that make you feel like you'll
oh,
see. It's
yes,
a movie
you
that make you
do.
feel like you'll
It's
see.
because it starts in the new year and it ends, and you feel like, oh, she's gonna loop us back around, and we gonna just
Yeah, and
make
they
to
done went to the
ourselves.
desert and had them a nice in the station. Oh, Gloria and Stan made up as well.
Yes.
You know, she came over there because Tariq. Then I would have beat him if he would have left like that, and he going all the way to Spain, and he gonna be gone, and you didn't even want me to say bye to you.
You didn't even want her to say bye. Like, boy, you better give your mama a hug.
Because it'd have been too hard for him. But see, what he fails to realize is he got to think about his mama. He know his mama mind ain't right.
Yeah,
She
you
don't think
gotta.
highly of herself. So she
Yeah.
thinking you just didn't want to see her. When in
Yep.
actuality, the real reason is because you didn't want to say bye to
Yeah,
her.
because it was
Because
a
it
lot
was gonna
for
be because
you.
she worried about you. You more worried
What
about
about her?
her.
Yep, y'all both worried about each other. And that's what you got to know about relationships like that is that it's, again, it's somebody on the other side of that. So as much as
Yeah.
overbearing is what I wanted to call her. She's an overbearing mother.
Yes, that she is.
But
Yes.
you got to know that the result of an overbearing mother is a child that really worries about their parent.
And not only that, he was very caring for her. Like,
He
putting a
truly was.
blanket on her when
Yes, I love that. I love that
yeah,
moment. I love
he
that.
was breaking away because he knew he had to. Because if he didn't at
Yes.
this point, that's where he would be.
Mm-hmm.
Because he loved his mom so
He
much.
loved his mama so much, and
So
he
he
wanted
was
his
just
mama to
playing
remember.
hard. He was playing hard that whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Because if I let her see it, then she gonna pull me back in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be
So they
sweeping
make
up
up.
at the salon.
Mm-hmm. They make up. They start kissing because even at that point, she never realized that man liked her.
Yes, which is why they weren't ever a couple. So he was just kind of hanging around until she catch the whiff of like what he was dropping. Like when this girl gonna realize like I want to holler at her, because she's very much so like, you like me? Why would you like me? I'm nobody worth liking. Like, girl,
I'm
look.
just a
That
mess. And I'm
man
like,
told
why
you
would
since
you
the
like her?
beginning he
Why
liked
do
big
you like her?
women.
You sure you want to like her? This gonna be a
Makes
struggle every goddamn day,
Man, it
sir.
makes me believe that she had moments of
Like
vulnerability and she had
Samantha
moments of
ass.
like
I mean, not Samantha, but like what's her name from damn Sex in the City? Miranda
Miranda.
ass. Like Miranda ass.
Lord Miranda. I watched the season finale today. Lord have mercy.
I think they're gonna get picked up for a second season, and I'm
I
thinking
hope
they
they
working on getting
do.
Samantha ass back.
They are working to
They are
get some
working on
spoiler
it.
alert. So y'all who
We
haven't
ain't
watched,
spoiling nothing. We ain't
we
saying
ain't, but just
nothing.
in case,
If they ain't watched it at all, if they
if
ain't
you
watched it at all,
if you haven't watched it at
it
all,
is
if you
so
haven't watched the
good.
season finale,
It
it's
is so
so good.
enjoyable.
And this is coming from somebody who only saw the movies.
Oh no, it's so good. Even with
Only saw the movies.
what's going on, Miranda and Steve, because she
Yeah,
ain't
'cause
never
that's
deserved Steve because she ain't never treated him right. And only reason why she with him is because they had a baby together. She fell out in her bathroom one day, and he helped her when she was sick because she had to go to the hospital. This on the show. And that's when she allowed for that man because Samantha, Carrie was like, he love you. You just need to let him help you. You just need to be. And she was like, you know what, you right. She ain't never wanted that man. She always gave him a hard time. Always. That man loved her from the moment he met her. Oh, she ain't shit. Ain't never been shit. Anyway.
I mean, that's how I kind of feel too. And I didn't even watch the show. And I always felt like, because I've heard things, I had heard things. And so I was like, this kind of makes sense that Miranda would totally leave Steve in the dust. Like,
yeah, and he would still want her.
But
even
maybe I'm not under, I've been hearing different things about
No,
Miranda.
she ain't never wanted that man. Ever.
Yeah.
And he has worshipped
I
the ground
wish Bathwater was still here because she has a different I believe she has a different point of view about Miranda, like that she's not this woman that she's being now. But from
Oh,
what I've heard of how she's treated Steve, it sounds like it was always going to come to this.
I don't think she's
I
this
don't know.
woman either.
Okay.
But she ain't never treated Steve right, so I'm not surprised that she's doing him so
Okay.
dirty right
Well,
now.
that's what I'm not surprised by, because I heard that she's never been a big fan of Steve anyway. Like, it sounds like he was fourth choice, you know?
Yeah, I think
I
he
might
wasn't even
or
fourth.
might as well choice, you know?
Yeah, he was a might as well because she got pregnant. That's why.
Yeah, because he's, I mean,
She didn't even get with him for real until Brady was like 4.
Damn. I mean, but you see it in that moment where he's like, I'm keeping my ring and she's enough for me and she's always been enough for me and nobody like, it's like, damn, like he's been the one fighting and she's been kind of like, well, I guess I'll do it, because like they're not on the same level. Not saying that opposites can't attract, not saying that people who are of different statures can't come together and have a loving relationship, but it seems like she always wanted something more. And so yeah, that's a lot.
Anyway, so New Year's Eve happens.
Yes.
In the deserts of Arizona, and the women are happy, and this is why we were going to watch this movie for New Year's. It's the perfect fucking movie.
Every day of the year of 22. We're going to regret why we didn't watch it. That's why I was like, we're watching Waiting to Exhale.
It's such a good movie.
It's such a good movie. And I felt just like you when I got done with that movie. Like, so I just got a new exercise bike. Shout out to the homie. And I rode my exercise bike the first hour of the movie, and it helped me just get through it too. Like, I was like, this is so good. And I'm cracking up and I'm laughing and I'm riding. And I'm just like, this is so good. And the music, I mean, the soundtrack, call on me to
count on, count on, count on, count on.
You can count on
me.
Oh my God. Just
and
like
everyone falls in love sometimes. Sometimes it's wrong. Sometimes it's right. For every win, someone must fail. And there comes a point when you will exhale. Yeah. Saying shoot, 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 better do, do.
All you gotta
do is say, shoot, shoot, shoot,
It's just like,
see, I can't sing that because I'll be singing that. I'll be singing that.
I'm talking about, am I about to watch the whole credits because I'm singing the song? Yes. Get through.
Yep, I listened to that shit till the shit was over.
Oh my God, listen to the whole thing. Those were the days.
Because my favorite song off that soundtrack that I knew and I loved when I was a kid, but when I got older, I heard it, is Let It Flow. That's my song.
Let It Flow. What's Let It Flow?
Let it flow.
Oh,
let it flow, let it flow, let it go.
Yeah. That's fine.
Everything's gonna work out right, you know.
So it's this one song on Bryson Tiller's album that I absolutely love, right? And I knew the sample from somewhere, but I couldn't never hit the sample. And sometimes when I tell myself I can't hit the sample, I'm gonna wait till I hear that song again, and then I'll be like, I knew it. I hate not looking it up. Oh my God. The scene where Russell and baby girl Leela Rashawn Robin, they're having a moment. It's a low-key song, and I was like, oh my God, this is the sample. And I realized where I remembered it from.
You talking about can't believe it's happening. You talking about I can't believe it's you.
No, not that one.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong then. It's maybe
that was Savannah and Kenneth.
Yeah, it's a different one. Oh man, I can't remember the actual name of the song. I'll find it once we get off. But yeah, I was like, it just all clicked, and I was like, this soundtrack is amazing.
It really is.
It just made
My funny Valentine. My funny Valentine. You make me smile with my heart. Ooh. Shaka Khan is funny.
yeah, just so good, just so Saraka Khan. Just so good. Soundtrack was absolutely amazing. I'm about to be looking for that on vinyl. I just realized that.
Oh,
Look for
that's a
that on
good
vinyl.
idea. I wanted to
Yes.
buy original movie poster for it because I found original movie poster
Ooh.
for $20
Really?
online.
Yeah. Movie posters. And another thing I've gotten into is stills from movies. What is it? I love them. Black market. Black market vintage always have stuff. So I have a still from Love and Basketball. Go Jingo! Go Jingo! By
Oh
and
Lord.
they always have really cool stills. And I bought Malcolm X one for my good friend Z, which although I haven't done the movie quote, it's kind of a good segue into what we'll be watching because we're doing Black directors only. So we will be watching In a Sentimental Mood next week to get you in a sentimental mood for Galentine's, the love weekend in the States here.
So you
Um,
bring your chocolates and your
Teddy bears and your
and your
champagne and your roses.
champagne and your
Mhm.
oyster. Well, I ain't trying to help y'all make no babies while we talking,
Aphrodisiacs.
but yeah,
But set
bring
the
your
mood though. Set the mood. Get
whipped
it right.
cream, your
Yeah.
strawberries,
Woo!
your your little chalk candy with the "I'll kiss
Yeah.
you" on it. Um, what
Hug
else?
me. Hugs.
You some
XOXO.
some I don't know
Yes,
the stuff.
In a Sentimental Mood is a very sexy, jazzy film, but it actually, much like my man Z always makes sure he does, he always hits the feels and has a little ringer for you and something to make you think a bit past just these are two strangers meeting each other at an bed and breakfast at a local bed and breakfast. So yes, but let's get into the movie quote. And you know what I'm saying? We've said many quotes, many quotables. This movie is just, it hits you. I mean, it just hits you with a lot of them. But the thing that I love the most, that something that I hadn't been looking for or hearing for before, that's the kind of quote I wanted to go for this time. And it came from James Wheeler, who is played by Wesley Snipes. And it's in the lovely letter that we speak about. And he says, you know what inspiration is? It's someone who lets you know life will go on and something beautiful can be waiting somewhere where you least expect it. And what I really liked about that quote was, when I think about the premise of the movie, Waiting to Exhale, and the idea that all of these women are kind of just like waiting for that moment to be like, whew, like, I made it. I'm here. I did it. I think that's something that they say at the movie, like, we made it. We did it. Um, the whole idea of like January to December, that moment to be like, did I do it? Did I hit all my goals? Did I get to where I want to go? And I think we're always looking for inspiration, a reason to continue, whether it's a person, place, or thing. And a lot for these women was love, it was the opposite sex. But a lot of them, I think they found out through their friendship and the love that they share with one another. That's, which is why they ended with each other. Why we ended with that song is like, it's kind of like Insecure. The real love story is Issa and Molly, like the real love story is the friendship between these beautiful women. And I think we're always looking for reasons to say, we made it. I did it. I'm successful. And if you just take a moment to look around you, you'll realize that you probably already done it. You can do it over and over and over again. And I just really like that quote, because sometimes, where this is maybe less from inspiration, sometimes you need somebody who has never met you before to tell you how blessed you are. Your friends can tell you you're beautiful, you're great, you're this, you're successful, you're amazing. But sometimes it takes like somebody who's never met you ever before to like help you see yourself in that light. And I
To
think
give
that's
you
what,
hope.
to give you hope. And that's what James was for her. They both realized, like, he told her, like, I fell in love with you in one night. So that just shows that you shouldn't give up, that it's possible. We did it without having to have sex. We did it without having to kiss and any physical intimacy. Like, we did it with mental intimacy. We did it with some other closeness that a lot of people don't get to achieve in life. And so whereas you think like I've wasted 11 years of my life, in fact, you moved through that journey to get here, to learn that there's another phase, there's another chapter, and it don't stop. Because she was definitely the jaded, angry Black woman, faux show.
Yes, she
Faux
was.
show.
But I mean,
And
she had right to be.
she had all the right. It was very valid.
And she
Very
wasn't
valid.
no, she
She
wasn't
got,
no, she
she,
was that like, damn, you really about to walk in this boardroom like this? Really, you about to walk over to him in the courthouse? Like, really? You
yep,
about to burn his shit up,
you
girl?
got to burn
You
his shit.
about
You
to
got to
sell a
sell his shit
classic
for
car for $1?
$1. When she laughed, that's when I knew she was crazy.
Yeah, she was cracked.
She was like,
But see, I like that her son, Young Soul Food,
yo, young soul
was he
food,
wasn't fucking with
JJ.
his dad. He didn't mess with his
No,
daddy no
mom said
more
hell no.
because he saw what he was doing to his mom.
Yep, yep, yep. You can't miss a son's love for his mother. You cannot come in between that. Cannot
Yeah.
come in between that. But yeah, just a beautiful classic film. So happy to see, and also just like what do you call it? An actor's movie, right? Because it's directed by an actor. And so there's a lot of moments that you see, like, you could just see he just let them have a thing. He just let them do their thing. I already know the conversation was like, do you, Angie? Like, just do you.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how do you feel? How do you want it? Like, So I loved it. Good old film from a great actor, and come to find out, a pretty good damn director. And
Yes.
yeah, any last thoughts on Waiting to Exhale?
That's my shit. Waiting Exhale is my shit.
Period.
I mean,
Period.
it's just that
It's
simple.
just that simple. It's
I'm
just
quoting
that.
these lines like I watched this movie the other day. I
You
ain't
feel
watched
me?
Waiting to Hell Exhale in years.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's wild. It's
It's
wild how it
wired
all
in my
comes back.
head.
Yes, it just comes all back. Like, I mean, yeah, even the Michael moments when he's in the bedroom with her and he laughed like, yeah, yeah, like all of that stuff just cracks me up, and I'm right there.
Right. Right.
So good. But as I said before, we're watching Innocent Movie next week. It's on Tubi. Hit our IGs to see the schedule so you can keep up with what we're watching this month. And yeah. Tell the people where they can find you, Chevy.
You can find me here. It's like, no. You can find me here with Toya on the Thursdays that we're here. You can find me at S the Superstar on Twitter and on Instagram. And on Wednesdays you can find me over at Stacy's channel, DJ Stacy J. We play games. I don't think we should ever do Grand Theft Auto Live again though. That was tumultuous. Toya.
Oh, yo, I'm sorry, over here reading text messages. You can find me at Point of View Finder and Latoya Coates on the iGizzles. As always, get your 10 pages a day over our books we should have read, and eat your fruits and veggies and drink your water. As we said, in Sentimental Mood, I don't even have to tell you to go watch it. We're watching it next week. So go to Tubi, watch In a Sentimental Mood, Misfitted, the family, the people, and all that good stuff. Yeah, man. That's all I got.
All right. Oh, so now, Deuce, you were entertained. I mean, if everybody was entertained, then we can do it more.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that pull up on us. Aaron,
yes,
69, Deuce, Zombie. Who else pulled up on us?
GFT Radio,
GFT Radio, blast those.
everybody who's watching, who is lurking.
A hype train. Y'all came through. Oh, Gambino
Bashweiser.
Primo, Bashweiser.
Yes. Thank you
My
for the hype
favorite
train. I've
cousin.
never had a hype train
That was
before.
so fire. That was really fun. It was like, it really did keep us going. Like, it was like,
It
hey,
really did.
let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm gonna
Thank
make
you,
that my
man.
hype train in notification when I get
I
my
have to do
stuff
that.
together. I want it to
Yeah.
be Captain coming. Captain, I just want that ride. I just want that. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I'm gonna do.
That's fire. Raid. Oh, who we gonna raid?
Oh, raid.
Thanks for. I was about to forget, Stacy.
Shit, I be forgetting, man.
Right, man. I really do be forgetting.
Every single freaking time.
Oh, Rail was up in this point too, because I know he had subscribed to 2 months as well. I remember seeing that.
Oh yes. Okay, let's just do.
Oh, Detroit Cherry Bomb. I like that name.
All right, here we go. Here we go. We gonna raid. My cousin came and visited. I'm gonna raid him. Let me do this. Now, how the hell you do this? I know how to do this. Oops. Okay. Here we go. I started a raid, guys.
Hey.
We're going to my cousin's channel. He playing something. Let me see. What is he playing? He playing probably, I don't know. Let me go back and see. He is playing Tales of Arise. I don't know. Somebody knows. So y'all have fun over there. I didn't even see that, Stacy. I rated my cousin. Y'all have fun watching him play Tales of Arise. And